name and badge number. Get back! Stop that music! I'm in a public place! I can film whatever I can see! Photography is not a crime! Photography is not a crime! Photography is not a crime!
This is the John Ligato Show. I'm John Ligato.
It's showtime, folks. It's showtime. Here's Johnny.
It's Mother's Day. You're out with your family or friends for a meal.
Do you have consent forms for everybody to film them? Is that okay?
You're kind of making a lot of people feel uncomfortable filming. Would you mind leaving, please?
You're just making our customers feel uncomfortable, so can you please leave? Please leave. Sir?
You gotta go, dude.
Trying to go viral on YouTube? It's not the way, man. It's Mother's Day. Ruining everyone's brunch. Sketchy. You're so strange, man. Like, what are you doing?
So it's okay.
Why the f*** are you handing down my dress, you f***ing freak?
You can also just do
Zoom it in
this.
your face real quick,
You
too.
can totally just do this.
Cool.
So you can't see you.
There we go.
Yeah. He's gotta go.
We're giving him what he wants, though.
Some good footage, huh? I'm not touching you, brother.
Your buddy's right here. Here's your buddy right here.
What, buddy?
How's it going? I am Officer Caulfield. You're being recorded. What's going on?
Frauditors frequently choose outdoor restaurants, and I don't know why, to harass people and then to educate them in free speech and our Constitution. Does that make sense to you?
What's going on? Are you just going to be silent? Okay, fair enough. I'm going to explain what's going to happen right now. So apparently we're getting a whole bunch of calls that you're harassing people here. I don't know exactly what's going on. Right now you're not in trouble. You're free to leave at any moment. However, what's going to happen is these other officers are going to go talk to a couple of the people here who are reporting being victims of this assault, and they're going to try to establish to see if you have constituted the crime of stalking. If you have constituted the crime of stalking, you'll be placed under arrest for stalking.
That's not the usual response auditors get from law enforcement. Stalking.
When someone is stalking somebody, they're doing it there's criminal intent. There's a reason they're doing it. And usually the reason is to harass the other person, harass the subject that they're watching. They want them to know that they're being spied on. They want them to feel intimidated. They want them to feel scared. They want them to ultimately know that they're there. That's stalking them.
And they're going to try to establish to see if you have constituted the crime of stalking. If you have constituted the crime of stalking, you'll be placed under arrest for stalking. But at this point in time, yeah, you can point to whatever you want. I'm explaining the circumstances. You're free to leave right now. However, we're going to conduct an investigation, and we'll get back to you. I'm going to stay here with you to make sure that you don't assault or hurt anybody here, okay? Shields, if you want to just go talk to them, I'll hang out. Obviously, you probably know you don't have to talk to me at all. I really don't care if you do or don't. But we'll just hang out for a bit. Looks like you're shaking a little bit. Your arms either are tired, are you nervous? Are you shaking out of anxiety, out of fear? I'm just trying to get your mental state right now. Is there a specific person you're trying to record? Someone was mentioning you're recording children. Is that true? Just curious. You also seem to be wearing a winter hat and a ski mask, which is kind of placing probably people in fear. It's kind of odd given the weather. Also, ski masks are usually worn by people who are intending to conceal their identity.
Law enforcement officers look at the totality of circumstances to build reasonable suspicion. And so far, what do we got? We got a man in a ski mask on a warm summer day who won't respond to any questions and who is visibly shaking. Any officer has enough at this point to make an ID.
I was explaining that he's currently free to go because we haven't finished our investigation, but once we talk to a couple of the victims here, see if they are feeling fear, he might be placed under arrest. His kind of general appearance with the ski mask and the winter coat, it's causing me alarm. I'm sure it's causing other people alarm. So figure that out. He's shaking right now, nervously. I don't know if that's him anticipating to do something, anticipating to run, I don't know. But I'll hang out with him if you want to go over the investigation. You from around here? You zooming in on people? Is there a reason why you're choosing this group of ladies to report? So I don't know if you want to take this moment to Google an RCW. There's this called RCW stalking. Stalking occurs anytime you intentionally and repeatedly harass or intimidate people. One of the sections of stalking say it's completely dependent on what the victims feel. It has nothing to do with the offender's intent. There's actually, I think it's subsection 2 specific, 2A. It says regardless of what your intent is, if they feel that they're being intimidated and harassed repeatedly, then you have committed that crime. Further, there's another subsection right below it, which says once you're given notice that you are not, or you're conducting unwanted contact and you're intimidating and harassing them, if you continue to do so, it constitutes prima facie evidence. Basically means not up to interpretation, you're just automatically committing that crime. So like I said, they're going to talk to all these people and see if they feel like you're intimidating and harassing them. And once they tell us, we're going to give you that warning. And then if you decide to keep standing here, I'm going to arrest you for stalking. It's a gross misdemeanor. And what's going to happen, I'm going to take you into custody. I'm going to fingerprint you. I'm going to run your III. And if you've been convicted of harassment in any other state, it's a felony.
That description, which the officer explained the elements of stalking, it opened my eyes up to the fact that this behavior is common among auditors. But I never tied it to a specific crime. I mean, who knew? We had that tool in our toolbox.
So that's the plan right now. I'm just going to record what you're recording, just to use as evidence. 14 minutes. Seems to be entirely focused on this specific group of women right here. But I just want you to be understanding of that so you can make your own adult decision about what you want to do. Fair enough?
I'm giving everybody a wide berth.
Okay, that doesn't really matter. You know, it's not about the wide berth part. It's about the repeated intentional acts.
Are the antagonists.
I'm happy to talk to you about it.
I'm not talking.
Why are they antagonists?
I'm not talking.
Did they do something to you?
I'm here. I'm on the phone.
Okay, I understand, but there's two sides to every story, right? If you choose not to provide your side, we only talk to them, and they all say, hey man, this guy's really creeping us out, this guy's scaring us, we think he's going to hurt us, right? And if I come up to you like, hey man, what's going on? Is that what's happening? And then you just choose not to talk, well, there's nothing else for us to do, right? We don't have a second side to compare and contrast with. In fact, the lack of talking, the ski mask and the hat really kind of bodes to their side of the story. So I got to give you the opportunity, whether you take it or not, that's up to you. If you want to explain why they're the antagonists, if you want to explain why you're doing this.
I have a full 40 more minutes before.
A full 40 minutes. So you plan to stay here for another 40 minutes?
I'm about done.
I don't know. So again, like I just explained my side. I don't really care if you tell me or not. I'm just going to afford you the opportunity to. Otherwise, I'm just going to take it as it is. Take it as we see it.
I don't know any of these people. Not stalking.
You don't know any of these people. That's it.
That's all you got, dude.
The auditor just proved the stalking charge. He stated that some guy was an antagonist. The fact that he was targeting a specific person is an element of stalking.
I haven't been here the whole time. I don't know who you're focusing on. I only know that I was watching you videotape this table of exclusively women, and then a couple of the kids there. And then you walked over to the other side where there's another little boy. And then this blonde waitress, you were videotaping her, she was walking away. And then you came back and are videotaping her again. So it seems to be the specific people that you're videotaping. I don't know. Because it looks like you might have tried to portray as you're videotaping Portage Bay. But really I see you focusing on specific human beings.
The final decision not to arrest this cretin is a direct result from the current state of law enforcement. Officers, and I might add rightly so, are hesitant to act because they have no support from the chain of command, which includes liberal DAs and some safety directors. But 25 years ago, at the very least, I would have ID'd him due to reasonable suspicion. If he wasn't wanted, I'd tell him to beat it. But if I didn't ID him, I would be derelict in my duty to protect the public. The John Ligato Show is being broadcast from outside the gates of Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune in beautiful North Carolina. If you like the show, subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything, and we don't ask for personal information. Semper Fidelis.